Good evening, Titans. This is Mr. Sturts. We are on lesson 11.1, which is just a short video on finding the standard deviation. Just a small little chunk of section 11.1. So find your student journals. We'll take a few notes here. Our core concept is standard deviation. So go ahead and write down this definition. The definition of standard deviation is it's a data set. It's really a measure of how far away one of our values are from the average or from the mean. Okay, and what we use to show our standard deviation is the symbol sigma. And then we have our definition here, or our big equation, I should say, for standard deviation. Okay, it looks long, looks confusing. We're going to set up a table that kind of breaks it down and makes it a little easier. So what we have is these x1, x2, x3 that you see in that formula, that's our data values. And what we do is we subtract our average, x bar, the little bar over the x means the average. We're subtracting that, and then we're going to square that quantity. So we're going to keep doing this. The dot, dot, dot there means we got to keep doing this until we run out of data values. Once we run out of data values, we're going to divide that by n. This n is our total number of data values. Okay, so if we have, let's say we have 10 numbers in our set of data, that's what we're going to divide by. When we divide that, that's the variance. Now how we find the standard deviation is we take the square root of the variance. So our standard deviation is really the square root of the variance. Alright, let's do an example. So we have a table here. It says find the standard deviation of the ages for show A in example 3. Well, show A is right here in our box there. Use a table to organize your work. So let's go ahead and set up a table. You're going to need to give yourself some room here. And hopefully I have enough room on here. We'll see. So we're going to set up our table. Okay, and in this table we have our data values. We have our average, that's x bar. We're going to do our data value minus our average. And then we're going to do that number squared. Okay, this is our whole table here. So what we're doing on the far left is we're going to label all of our data values. So we have 20, 29, we're just filling it in from this table right here from table A. We have 19, 22, 25, 27, 27, 29, 30, 20, 21, and 31. Alright, and now what we're going to do is we're going to find the average. So we're going to add up all of these numbers in our data value, and we're going to divide it by the total number of data values. So we have how many? 12. So we're going to add those up, divide them by 12. If we just do the math quick, our average for all these is 25. Okay, the 25 is the average of the data values. Now I'm not going to write them all in there. I'm just going to, every one is 25, the average. Now our next column is data value minus our average, minus 25. So if we take 20 minus 25, we have negative 5. 29 minus 25, negative 4. 19 minus 25, negative 6. And we're just going to keep going down the line. 22 minus 25 is negative 3. 25 minus 25, 0. 25 minus 27, or sorry, 27 minus 25 is going to be 2. And then we have another 27, so another 2. 29, we're going to have a 4, then a 5. 20 minus 25, we're back in the negatives here. Negative 5, negative 4, and 6. Okay, now our last column is we're going to square the data value minus the average. So we're going to do negative 5 squared, so 25. Negative 4 squared, 16. Negative 6 squared, 36. Negative 3 squared is 9. 0. 2 squared is 4. 4. 4 squared, 16. 25. 25. 16. And 36. Okay, the reason we're doing this is we're going to plug these numbers in our last column. We're plugging these numbers in to our formula. Okay, and so what our formula is we need to add up all of these numbers. It's the square root of all of those numbers we just circled. So 25 plus 16 plus 36. I'm not going to fit them all in here, so I'm just going to do dot, dot, dot. We're going to add up all these numbers. Okay, and we'll do the math quick. If we add all those up, we're going to get the square root of 212 divided by however many numbers there are. Okay, now we know there are 12 numbers. So if we divide that out, we get the square root of 17.66 repeating. That's our variance, 17.66. To find the standard deviation, we take the square root of that number, and we're going to get about 4.2. And so we have sigma, which is our standard deviation, is roughly equal to, we're going to do a little curvy equals signs because we rounded, about 4.2. Okay, and that's our standard deviation. So we'll do a couple more examples in class. Thank you for watching. We will see you tomorrow.